All right, what's going on, everybody? So today should be interesting. I don't know how this is gonna go, particularly, but we'll give it a shot here. So I have like it's my digital screen here on my iPad. So I don't know if I can make this lit up enough or dark enough. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So I have a gray background. Here's white and black, as you can see. So I'm gonna be kind of pulling from these to do things. I thought about plugging, I'm gonna test it this way first. Obviously it's gonna work this way because of this camera that I'm using. I thought about possibly plugging it into my laptop and directly sharing the screen, but I don't know if my computer at this moment could handle that and stream at the same time. So we'll just do it this way, I guess, for now. So whatever works. So yeah. So basically, this it's probably hard to see this stuff, but basically it has all these different kinds of things I can use. There's pencils and inking pens and stuff. So I have a pencil right now. Pencil brush, so when I draw with this thing, you get kind of, depending on the pressure, you get different kinds of lines and stuff, and it's kind of textured. So basically I'm going to start, just start sketching, I guess. I'll try to get this to fit on the screen so you guys can see pretty much the whole thing. So, yeah, I thought it'd be cool for you guys to see me actually drawing it too. It makes it, because if I was just sharing the screen, you wouldn't be able to see where my pencil is going to be next. You would just see these strokes magically appearing. So we'll try to, I think this will be cool because you'll be able to see me actually drawing it, you know. But anyway, we'll just play around here, see what I can do with this thing. So it looks like there's like his chest here, shoulder, arm comes down. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Yeah, I really like this kind of digital drawing for ideas and stuff. I mean, it's really cool too. This is all gonna be grass in front, so I'm not too worried about the paws and everything up here. Luckily. Yeah, this is great for ideas because you can just get stuff down like so quickly. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Haven't really said hello to everybody. Philip, Trisha, Peaches, Candy, Silver Chariot, Matthias, Amanda, Wizito, Mariana. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We're just starting off sketching here. So I'll show you guys what I'm going to end up doing with this. So I'm starting off using this pencil to sketch. I'm kind of using the same approach as I would if I'm drawing this thing, you know, just in my sketchbook like I normally would. But now I kind of get the opportunity to play around with the digital stuff. Haven't really done much of this at all recently. But it's, you know, it's really, it's not about the tools you use. It's really like how you use the tools you have, you know. because this is really just paper with a pencil. So if you have the ability to, you know, draw something, then you can pretty much do it with anything almost, for the most part. I always have trouble with big cats, so this is kind of a challenge to me actually. I just need to practice more of their anatomy and everything. It's just like getting that snout right and everything, and these kind of their little cheeks or whatever always is very difficult for me. I don't know why. It's always this mouth area that I struggle with. How's it going, Clyde? Thanks for tuning in. Marina, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in. I may have the nose up too high, possibly. May need to lower that. Let's get the eraser out, I guess. Let's try to solve a little bit of this. So this is kind of my focal area, so I'm trying to just focus a little bit in here now. And trying to get like light versus dark shapes right now. Light versus dark. It's not a huge concern right now, but you know, I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting something here. Something definitely looks off. It always does. Maybe this eye is too far over. It needs to be more like that, possibly. Let's continue with the rest of it here. So this really comes down from the ear almost. It's really big. All right. What I'm trying to do right now, these lines that I'm making, I'm just trying to find the form of this thing. I'm not really drawing the stripes or anything. It's more of, I'm trying to find the three-dimensional form of things, you know, like how it's curving. Like I said, there's all grass in front down here, so I'm not too worried about where it meets the ground, but I'm trying to find form. Maybe the shoulders back here. So this is just the initial sketch anyway. It's not, nothing's set in stone right now. This is just trying to find, luckily none of this is set in stone because it's digital, so I can erase this stuff at any time. So not much of a pen and ink tonight, but you know. And the cool thing is, I can actually, let's see, I need to move this thing. Okay. And so I'm trying to separate this, these little things I have here on a different layer, so that now what I can do is I can take this whole thing, and look at that, I can put it exactly where I want it. There we go. A little more centered now. If only they were that easy in on the other thing, right? In the real sketchbook, you could just move it around that easily. It'd be wonderful. So all of this is shadow. There. This comes down the arm. Boom. Right, okay. So that's kind of what we're going for. There's a little bit of shadowing here, but not much. Yeah, this is, you're right, Peaches. This is definitely a tough angle. I don't know why I always do that. I always pick tough angles to draw stuff. I think it looks okay now. I think we're just, what it's missing is like the fluffiness of like the face and the strokes, and I haven't really put that in yet, so it kind of looks like a regular, it looks like a female lion or something. You got, you know what I'm talking about? Like, just looks like a, like we haven't added the fluffiness to it really. So, and the stripes and everything. So once I think once I get the stripes and all that stuff, but now I'm going to do a different layer. Turn this back on. So that's just showing you kind of the tone of my paper, and also I'll be able to pull from that. So I can add a different layer, and this one, so what I'm going to do is this pencil layer I just did, I'm going to turn down the opacity to something like, it's kind of similar to rubbing my eraser over the whole drawing like I normally would. So now I can draw on this new layer that's empty with some pins. Let's see. Let's get like a technical pen maybe. Let's see what this one looks like. It's pretty nice. So I'll zoom this back in for you guys. So that's a pretty nice pen, I think. We can get some, if I use it lightly, it's thin. If I press harder, it gets a little bit thicker. So that's kind of cool. We can get some nice dynamic lines right out the gate. Yeah, and this is on a different layer. So let's see if, I'm going to zoom in for you guys even more now that we're focusing in more. No problem, Dave. Thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. So I'm going to try to treat this like kind of like a normal pen and ink I normally would. Let's see what it ends up looking like. Can't say I've ever really done a drawing like this on the iPad. I'll show you guys in a little while the other stuff I've done before. I usually do more like paintings. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good so far. Let's try that again. So there's kind of like a center line here going down. So I'm thinking in my head right now of like how to do this, how to make this whole thing white. Yeah, I haven't really figured that out. I think since we're using digital, I mean, we might as well take advantage of using different layers and things. You know, normally I wouldn't do that because I like I normally like the challenge of using digital as traditional medium. Like I wouldn't really use many different layers or anything. I would just treat it like an actual painting. But I think, you know what, since we're using digital today, let's just kind of take advantage of it and you know, use what it has given us, I guess. So I'm not going to draw like super hard line down here because I can't even see it at all. But we'll just have some of it peek through maybe. Oops. Let's try to figure out this nose. It's pretty critical. Just looking at my reference photo, trying to try and get a little more accurate maybe in this pencil. Not too thick there. Just bear with me here, folks. I'm going to turn that pencil a little bit further down. I want to see more of what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I definitely like a traditional medium much more than digital. You know, this is just something fun. That's all. You know, a lot of people make prints and stuff online of their and sell their stuff as prints, but you know, I don't think this is gonna be like, I'm not gonna make this into a print or anything. This is just a fun sketch. Just trying out somebody requested something digital, so it's like, all right, I can do that, I can try it. So we'll just see how this one goes. It's really, I use it more for like planning out paintings or just practicing, or like if I'm on an airplane or traveling. It's fun to use, it's fun to bring along. But yeah, I don't really want to become a digital artist. You know, a lot of digital artists, I mean, they do stuff for movies and video games and all kinds of stuff that's actually used digitally. So for me, that's not really that to me, that genre of like trying to get into that industry is like way too competitive. You know, I'd have to draw like 50 hours a day. I know it's impossible, but yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I mean, I'm not the biggest, I think some incredible things can be done with digital, but I'm not the biggest fan of using it as, it's just a tool to get where I want something to go, you know? Something looks off here. No, that's actually is how it is. And for me, this one would be actually good to practice these kind of lines and stuff, because, and tigers and cats and stuff, because I struggle with it so much. It's like, it's so easy to just, you know, draw something like, okay, let me redo that, and, you know, draw something. Oh, no. You know, you can, so it's easy to practice a lot of stuff. You don't have to worry about wasting material, wasting paper, all kind of things like that. But yeah, it does suck, you know, if the power ever goes out forever, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that don't have their art to look at. You know, if there's ever a, you know, those things happen, those like, what are those, like solar storms or whatever? Big solar burst. You know, if we have one of those that come at the earth, I mean, it just happened like what? 150 years ago, 100 years ago, and all the electricity grid just literally goes down. I mean, I guess the last thing you're going to be worrying about is looking at art anyway. But yeah, hopefully something like that doesn't happen. But yeah, I do enjoy traditional art more, just to put that out there. But this is fun too, you know, it's fun to just do something different and try things and experiment with different marks and all kinds of stuff. And you can translate this into regular pen and ink, you know, or at least try to. You know, I'm literally translating my regular pen and ink into what I'm doing now, and I'm getting a lot very detailed right now, which I don't really like. Don't really want to do that. So I think I need to put the darkest stripes down first, and then worry about the overall shadow of the tiger. I think that's how I should approach this thing. I don't know why I decided to draw a tiger. Oh yeah, stripes will be cool. Said nobody. Ever. Even tigers don't even want stripes. I know, I've talked to them. They told me they don't like having stripes. It sucks. It wouldn't cause any problems? Yeah, I think it would, actually. I think it really would. I'm not a scientist, but definitely would. Hidden Existence. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for creeping on me. Can you please talk about some benefits of the iPad Pro? I was thinking of buying one for digital art. I mean, they're cool. They're cool to use. I don't know. You definitely have to get it with the Apple Pencil. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really use it all too often, but I do enjoy it from time to time. I don't really know the benefits or anything. You know, now they have full-blown Photoshop and Illustrator on the iPads and stuff, so you know, they have other apps, Affinity Designer, Procreate. I'm using Procreate right now. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. You can do a lot of cool stuff. I'll show you guys real quick, I guess, since I'm kind of far into this a little bit. We can take a break. I'll show you guys what I've done in the past. So I've shown these before. So this is the original painting from like an artist a couple hundred years ago. And this is my copy. So what I did, I didn't color pick, you know, I didn't do this at all. I didn't color pick from this photo. I just used my eye to guess the color to kind of do a copy. And I just used one brush. Everything's one layer, except for this black stripe over it. And you guys can see, I can show you guys how I started this, how it came together. So I just start out with big shapes of color and got more and more detailed over time. So this is like stuff you can do, like if I take this little blue bar, see if I can get it. Let's see if I can show you how it speeds up, how it came together. You know, this kind of... So I've done a few of these like master study things. I did this one on a plane. I didn't really finish it. Mine's a lot more blurry, you can see. But, you know, you get the idea. I'm basically looking at a color and then just basically trying to find that color without selecting, without sampling that color. So I think it helped like my traditional work. You know, I did some other copies before. I've done a lot of cool stuff like that. I did this one on a live stream, but it was a test, and the live stream didn't really go that well because nobody could hear me on it. But yeah, these are the kind of things I've done on this thing. I've painted some things from life. This is like a light at night from my apartments across the way. I've done another one here. This one's a little more realistic with the light effect. It's hard for this camera to render that thing, but yeah, I did this from life. Like I was looking outside and I was like, okay, trying to match the colors on the screen. Very difficult. This was my first copy that I did. Another Bouguereau painting. So yeah, you know, I did a Sargent landscape here. This is mine. It's the original. See what else I've done. I drew my cat a few times. Here's my cat eating from a few years ago. Just did a quick sketch. You know, there's just things like you just, you know, just random things. I tried doing some digital painting. You know, this is kind of something I did. A little buffalo eating. I was really just playing around with lighting effects. It's hard for you guys to see that. It really blows it out. Ah, this camera can't really render it. It's not that bright at all. Ugh. Let me see if I can show you guys on the webcam. So that... Oh, my webcam can't do it either. There we go. I can't get the... Yeah, there we go. How's that? There we go. I don't know why the camera just blows it out. It's so... makes it look so bright. That's not fun. Yeah, I did a little bunny rabbit too. It's probably gonna blow it out too. Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, I did landscape painting. This is from Alaska. Photo from Alaska. I can't focus on that one either. Oh well, you guys get the idea. I guess when I have the strong darks and lights, I can't really meter for both of them. So yeah, I've just done some sketching and stuff over the years. Oh yeah, this is drawn from life. This was a vase laying on my table. This one's pretty cool looking. I started this one. So this is actually a white wall, believe it or not. But you can tell the color, it's like an off-white. It's not actually white. But anyway, you guys get the idea. So yeah, that's just kind of stuff that I use on here. I tried drawing my cat and stuff. That's some stupid sketches. Played around with drawing my cat on white on black. You guys can't see that one either. It blows it out for some reason. Anyway, we'll get back to this one. Hopefully, it's probably going to blow out this one when I add the white in onto it. That's when I need to have it connected straight to the computer. My cat's name is Kitty, believe it or not. She's 15 and a half right now. So she's getting pretty old. But she runs around, still plays a lot. She has a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with her. She's very... Nobody believes she's 15 when I tell her, when they come and see her. They're like, no way, she's 15? You know, she still chases the laser pointer. I still chase her around and play with her. And she still bites me and plays with me and stuff. Like, we have a lot of fun. Or she has a lot of fun. But she sleeps a lot. Sits on my lap a lot. All right, let's try to get more of this filled in. Kind of going slowly with this one. All right, we're 35 minutes in. All right, I guess we're making good time. Got my focal point pretty much filled in. Cubs Win says, is there a big market for digital individual art pieces? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, cats definitely do sleep a lot. No matter. No matter how old they are. It's very true. But I'm just pointing that out. I know I'm being Captain Obvious. Yeah, she does great at 15. The last few years, I've had her, probably last 4 years, maybe 5 years now. I started feeding her, she gets raw food, raw cat food, raw meat. And she's doing a lot better on that. Mostly her whole life she was on dry food. And didn't really go too well with that. And I didn't really know a whole lot about feeding cats and stuff, and you know, my family didn't either about that kind of stuff, so we just bought like the dry food at the store. And then when I started learning about food and my own type of food, I started looking at animals and stuff, and I was like, man, they shouldn't be eating like dry food. They need to have moisture in their diet, you know, and the dry food has like only like 10% or something, very, very little. And gives them a lot of complications when they're older, you know. So I decided to start feeding her raw meat. Well, I transitioned her from wet food and then to raw meat, and she loves it. She really loves it. Can you draw a mandala design? Maybe one day. I don't really know how to draw those, to be honest. I haven't really seen too many of those. It'd be cool if I made one. You know what? It'd be cool to make one like those, like that. That would be like nature themed or something. Like, have it be like a bunch of little birds and like trees and like leaves, and like make it like have like some kind of theme rather than just be like random, like, I don't even know, like random geometric shapes or something. So what does a professional artist like you want for Christmas? You know, just I don't know. I just art supplies and stuff like that. I don't really know, to be honest. I have a lot of stuff already, but don't really know that I need anything. We'll try to make some stripes down here. We'll just kind of make them up. We're going to put grass in front of all this stuff anyway, so. Tomcat, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, imagine eating imagine eating dehydrated food your entire life. Like, it'd be awful. You'd probably feel awful, you know? Like, if you eat nothing but dry food. And that's what we feed cats and pets and stuff all the time. It's like, man, imagine you eating that forever, your whole life. Dry food, like. And most of the time they don't drink a whole lot of water and stuff. At least cats, you know, they don't really drink a lot of water like they should. But, yeah. I don't know, it doesn't seem fun to me, you know? I try to be empathetic, you know? If I was in that situation, I would not like that. All right. This is kind of looking better than if I did it in the sketchbook, you know, I think. But it's probably true. Probably true. Because you do get these dynamic strokes without really even trying, you know. Just differing pressure. It's kind of cool. I think I might do the shading a bit differently than, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided how I want to do this shading. I'm tired of drawing stripes already, I can tell you that much. What is my favorite animal to draw? That's, yeah, I can do that, Enrique. I can do that. Can you draw like a... Can you draw like a medieval time artwork? Possibly, yeah. I'm not really sure what that would be. What's my favorite animal to draw? I don't know. That's always a good question that I unfortunately don't have the answer to. I definitely don't like drawing tigers. Just now realized that. Actually, I realized it in the past, and now I'm relearning it because I'm just tired of drawing these stripes. I get very impatient, and it's very annoying. But I'll try to stay patient here. Stay positive, stay patient. Try to get through these. Just draw them like this. Put little strokes on top. Okay. But I just need to get the form. Do I have any pets? Yeah, I have one cat. What's going on, Michael? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Enrique, where do you want me to post? Where do you want me to post the list of pigments and stuff that I use for watercolor? I need to make a watercolor blog post. I've been meaning to do that like forever. I have so many projects and stuff going on that I don't have time to write blog posts and stuff like that. I need someone to write them for me. Because I have like so many ideas, but I don't have time to sit down and write stuff. Like, getting more commissions now too as well. So I got a lot of work going on, a lot of work to do. Okay, none of these stripes really matter. Let's get these in here. Okay, perfect. Looks amazing. Unbelievable. Incredible. Okay. Not the best, but you know what? Altogether looks okay. You know, the ones up here look pretty good. That's all I care about. So I'm trying to figure out the line for the shadow now. Kind of goes down here and then boom. Shadow here. Okay. Yeah, I need a personal assistant. Can we see your cat? She's sleeping right now in the other room. So cats are little devils. Yeah, they kind of are. Did I go to art school? No, I went to school for graphic design. I kind of did art on my own. For the most part. All right, I think this looks cool. Let's get into like the white. Let's try to put some of the white down and see what that looks like. It's probably gonna look crazy. So let's try to figure out where the highlights on this thing are, because I feel like, I don't know if I need to draw white everywhere. Oh man, this looks so bright. Look how bright that looks. But let's go with it. We can always, actually I'm gonna do this on a different layer just to be safe so that I can change it if I need to. Let's see what this will look like. And actually this white layer we can put underneath the black layer, so now I can I don't have to worry about like going over the black. It'll just sit underneath the black. So that's pretty nice actually. Yeah, now the camera's probably going to go wild here. Trying to resolve this light and dark. Oh, I hope it doesn't go too crazy. So his nose doesn't have much light on it. Actually, just a little bit here. Do you think software programs for sketching is any easier than sketching with ink? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Like, because, you know, I can change the layer, I can turn off the white or I can turn off the pencil now. I can turn off the black, I can edit, undo, you know, there's a lot of things you can do that with regular pen and ink. You know, once you put that line down on the page, I mean, it's game over. There's no fixing it really. And with this kind of program, I can fix anything. You know, if I want to, I can erase all this white. I can just, okay, I don't like that, but I don't want to do that. So see, I can undo it too. So yeah, it's definitely a lot easier. You know, regular pen and ink, it's, like I said, it's game over once you put it down. Which for me actually makes me better because I really think about what I do before I do it. And if I feel like if I was always drawing on this kind of a thing, like, if I went from this to pen and ink and sketchbook, I think I would struggle much more with the sketchbook because I'm not used to it being so permanent. I'd be like, oh man, where's the undo button, you know? But with this, like, I don't even have a crutch about worrying about undoing or anything. Like, I already have this skill of, or trying to have this skill of, like, you know, keeping it, you know, leaving the mistakes and just letting it be what it is, you know? So I'm trying to only put like the really brightest parts. That's what I'm trying to focus on, and just fading it out a little bit where needed. Too much there. There we go. So I hope that answered your question. I hope that made sense. I feel it's hard, but basically I feel like it's harder to go from digital to regular pen and ink in a sketchbook. I feel like it's much easier to go from pen and ink in a sketchbook to digital. So that's kind of a different way to answer your question, I guess. Because I'm used to everything being permanent that I do right now, you know, so I'm okay to do all this on one layer if I really wanted to. And Like all those paintings I showed earlier a few minutes ago, I mean, all those were on one layer. So if I ended up painting over something accidentally, I had to find that color again, create that color, and paint over it again. Like there was no, I didn't edit, undo anything. I didn't undo when I did those paintings. Like I treated it as if it was a real, actual painting. That's something I forgot to mention when I was showing those. Like I did those in a traditional method, but using the digital landscape, so to speak. Yeah, see, this thing looks a lot more fluffy now compared to that pencil sketch that I did. So if I go back, I'll show you guys pencil sketch. See, that looks like a female lion. But now when you add the fluffiness I have and like kind of the hatching and everything, looks more like a tiger now, especially the stripes as well. And we can have some whiskers here. Okay, the whiskers are gonna have to be on top, so another layer for the whiskers, because we want them to sit on top of everything like this, like on top of the black lines. Pretty good, I guess. There we go. Try to do some long ones. So now I can go back to this other white layer. See, this white layer is below all the dark stuff, so the dark sits on top. The whiskers are on top of everything. So that's see, I mean, that's something. It's so much easier on this iPad to do something like that. Like if I was doing this in a sketchbook, all this white would be on top of the dark, and then I'd have to go back over some of the black to bring it back out. Because if we were to move this white up, let's see. If I can get it, can I move this up? You see how it changes the whole image, having that white on top. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Basically, I'm more relaxed doing this kind of a drawing because I don't have to worry that much. Do you ever get jitters doing pen and ink still? What do you mean by that? Like get nervous or something, like when I'm doing a certain thing? I mean, yeah, it depends. Definitely depends. So there's some areas that are much lighter. I got to be careful here. So I want to keep the areas that are really, really bright. I want to keep them really, really bright. So like I said, this whole time I've been using that one ink thing, the technical pen. That's all I'm using. And at the same size, I'm keeping it at the same size the whole time. So now what I'm going to do here is space the white out a little bit, and that's just going to make it appear like a darker value. Because I don't need it to be super bright everywhere. Only in certain areas. Like this area over here is very, very bright, so I can kind of just press and hold down. And I might have to go back into the blacks here a bit, kind of solidify the stripes a bit more maybe. It just depends. Depends on how it ends up looking. Definitely getting like a white tiger vibe or whatever this animal's called. Not exactly sure. So it's gonna look cool once I start putting in the grass. I'll do the grass on a separate layer too, just to be safe. That way I can always move it around if I want to. Yeah, I could do a bunch of different things. I can fade some of this into the shadow slightly. Yeah, basically nervous. Yeah, sometimes I get, you know, it depends on the subject, you know. If I'm, you know, that vulture I did last week, like with the background, I was very afraid to like try something new and do that one because it was something new and I could have ruined the whole drawing. So yeah, I mean, it depends on situation, but I kind of have a process down that I follow most of the time. You know, I do start with the pencil and then I go in with the pen. I kind of have, most of the time I have an idea of like how I'm going to do the sketching. You know, sometimes I'll just do those vertical only lines like this, you know. Like this one, I'm not really doing that. I'm kind of following the form and the form of the hairs and everything, the fur. But it just depends on, I kind of plan it ahead in my head. So I kind of always try to have a plan, at least in my head, theoretically, before I jump into something. Now, whether that plan works or not, that's the whole thing of like learning from your mistakes, you know. So it looks like we got most of the white here. Do I even need to darken this at all? That's the question, right? I may not need to darken that. What I need to do is go back to this dark layer, the black, and I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna sample the black that I have. It's just easier to do that. I need to draw the shadow back here. That's something I didn't do. And this doesn't have to be too accurate because it's in the grass. And this shadow is gonna help, you know, bring everything together. Give more context to everything. Looks like there's grass and stuff. I won't draw too much grass right now. We'll just focus on this shadow back here, this cast shadow. Kind of fill it in sketchily. Sketchy-ish, sketchily. So, there we go. I may need to darken this a bit, but what I could do actually, cool thing, I have a background color here. Here, I'll zoom out for you guys. So I have this background color. I can actually make this a darker gray overall if I want to. It makes it look a little more crazy, but I kind of liked it where I had it. I don't even know which one it was. Maybe something like this. That's pretty cool. Let's go up one more. Boom. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, that might look okay. I'm gonna put in the grass and stuff now. Let's make sure I'm on the right layer. Let's make one new layer. And then we'll put, this is where we can start putting grass in. Now, since we're doing this digitally, there is, you know, I could just put like a few strokes. Like I could take this, copy it, flip it, and then like, I'll do that once just to show you guys the kind of things you can do. So I can literally, I can duplicate this layer, and now I can move this. I can flip it horizontally so it's not they're not exactly the same. I can make them smaller or bigger. Move them back here. And then, boom, and then I can merge these two layers if I want. Somehow. Not exactly sure how. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But, lock, duplicate. I know there's a way to do it. Oh, here we go. Merge down. Boom. So now all the grass on the same layer. So now I can select these and they're on the same layer. So, you know, most of you guys probably know that kind of thing, but it's just stuff you can do. But I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way here. The way that I like to do it is by drawing every little piece of grass. Because, you know, I get more control. And it looks pretty cool, I think. So we'll also put some white strokes of grass soon. Just want to get these down first. We can make some more clumps. Yeah, iPads are really expensive. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I think this one came out. I think I got lucky with this one. It came out really well for 1 hour. You know, we're 1 hour into it right now, and it's pretty much almost done here. I'll put some grass back here. Really tall. It's a little too tall there. Let's try to get rid of that one. See that? I can get rid of one if I don't like it. Couldn't do that in a real sketchbook. I can put some dots. Well, speaking of the devil earlier, for all the new folk, here's my cat. She's very little. Very little. She's only 7 pounds. She's been 7 pounds her whole life. And she's 15 and a half now. More than 15 and a half. She'll be 16 in April. You gonna say hello to everybody? Yeah. So there you go. That's my cat. I think she was kind of the runt of her little pack, her litter. Okay, I think this looks good. Let's do some white grass on top. We'll select the white. Yeah, she doesn't like when I pick her up. She definitely does not like when I pick her up. She gets angry. I'm surprised she didn't get angry right then. But I think it's because she wants to be on my lap right now, so she's not going to get angry at me right now, at least. She's built up a good amount of tolerance to my nonsense. I mess with her a lot. I annoy her a lot. Not as much as I used to, but what do you guys think? Coming together? Yeah, see, I can't really zoom it out because then the camera doesn't know how to focus it. Makes the white look super bright. Well, I don't know. Pretty cool, I guess. There it is. I mean, I don't really know what else to do to it. I kind of like the shadow now. It looks really nice, actually. Now that I look at it, I feel like it doesn't really need much more. You know, I think it's just the right gray, I think. Well, one more thing I can do. We can just do a little bit of black in front of some of these white, maybe right behind them as well. Just give a little more shadowing and just a little more depth overall. You know, I don't want to kill everything I just did, but you can't have it just all be light in front, you know. So just by putting a little bit of black grass in front, just gives a little more variety, a little more depth, more realism. Yeah, I could go all day down there, but I think that's good. I think that's good. That's good. So the potential for something like this, I mean, this is like very, very basic use of this kind of digital stuff. You know, if I wanted to, I could go crazy with this thing, you know. I could literally, let's see. No, I didn't want to do that. You know, I can do any kind of color I wanted. Let's see, what kind of color we want. Some kind of golden color, maybe. I could choose any kind of painting thing here. We can just make it big. You know, I mean, you could do anything with this stuff, you know, it's like, it's so cool. And that's all on a separate layer, so it doesn't ruin what I did. You know, I can, and that's my cat meowing back there. You can't go out. She wants to go outside. You know, I can make it look like a real tiger, actually. You know, like, so, you know, there's, yeah, it's making the colors look very crazy. Like, it's making that gray look blue now. It's so weird. But, yeah, the program's called Procreate. Can you do Procreate drawing tutorials? I mean, I don't really draw that much in this thing, to be honest. I don't really know that I'm the best to, like, give tutorials or anything. If I'm being honest. It's not really my thing that I like to do, you know. But my point is, like, this, you know, I could do, like, so much stuff with this. Like, if I really wanted to. We can make a background color. That's what I was trying to show. But since I don't have that, this gray, is just the background. The tiger's not actually that color gray. Yeah. Pretty crazy, pretty cool stuff. You know. I think it's pretty cool. And you can go back and erase certain things on the tiger. Oh, and there you go. Now you have like some kind of cool, colorful thing, you know. I mean, you could do whatever in the background. I could export this thing to Photoshop. I could get rid of the color, export this to Photoshop, and then make a crazy, any kind of background that I want. You know, draw any kind of designs, or, you know, I could. It's really cool, but you know, whatever. But yeah, that's the power of digital stuff, man. I just don't really. It's not really my thing. Yeah, I agree, Wolfie. They say I hate it and love it. Yeah, I agree. Unless you're talking about something else. Oh, deja vu. Yeah, deja vu's cool. But I hate and love digital stuff, actually. Yeah, is there anything else it needs? I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're good here. Yeah, it cannot even get the digital colors. There we go. That's kind of what the colors are that I made. Pretty cool. Anyway, folks, yeah. There it is. I don't know if you guys want to see more of this in the future. You know, maybe once a month or once every few weeks we could do a digital one like this. Just try something different. I don't know. But yeah, it's not something I'm crazy about, you know. It's fun to do sometimes. Let's see. I want to just darken some of this just to make it round a bit more down at the bottom. There we go. Okay. But I mean, the cool thing about the drawing I just did, you know, if we talk about it a little bit more, the cool thing about what I just showed you guys is literally what I do in my sketchbook. You know what I mean? I literally do the exact same thing. You know, it's the same process. And that's why it's like, it's not really about the tools, it's about how you use them, you know? Obviously, I used them a little bit differently here. You know, it wasn't exactly the same. You know, I did some different layers and stuff. I was able to layer things a little bit differently. But the process is literally exactly the same. I could do the same exact thing in my sketchbook. And, you know, it'll end up looking very similar. You know, it'll just look more hand-drawn. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that for people, like, even though I'm doing this digitally, you can still learn from this and do things. You can basically, you can use anything I do digitally like this. I mean, you can do this traditionally in your sketchbook or on a sheet of paper, in a painting or whatever. But anyway, okay. I think I'm gonna call this one done. Yeah, I agree, folks. I enjoy traditional art more. This is still fun to me. I mean, obviously I do have some fun. I do play around with things, as you guys saw earlier. Like I have, like here's one I haven't finished. I did this a few years ago. I haven't finished this master copy. So this is the master painting and this is mine. It's not finished yet. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but you know, this kind of thing, it's kind of, I don't know. It's fun. It can be fun. Here's a Vermeer that I tried studying. Gosh, I wish this camera cannot get the colors right. But, yeah, I don't really have much to show. Like I said, I don't do these too often. So there's today's effort. Be sure to check out my website, shaverfineart.com, where you can see all traditional work that I do. Drawings like these. These are ones actually in my sketchbook that I drew with a pen and ink, and some watercolors and stuff that I normally do. So definitely check that out. I also have a support page. So if you like streams like this, you like what I do, you can support me if you'd like. Anyway, you know, $1 is $1. It all helps. It all goes to me, goes to the same place. So definitely check all that out over on my website, shaverfineart.com. And for anybody that didn't see, this was the reference photo that I kind of started out with. So I kind of simplified it a bit. And, you know, I think I captured it pretty well, if I do say so myself. But thanks everybody for tuning in. I think we had a fun one today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe these videos. Friday, I think I'm going to be doing a watercolor again, another watercolor. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I don't remember. Something cool, hopefully. But yeah, I will. I'll see you guys Friday, and I'll try to show you this. I don't know if the webcam can't get the right colors either. There we go. There we go. That's pretty good. So that's what it looks like. But anyway, folks, I'll post it as a thumbnail in the video later. You guys can see it. So I will see you Friday. Yeah, that was my cat meowing. She's at this door back here on the porch. She wants to go outside, so I'll probably put it. She has a collar with a little leash attached to it. I let her go out there. I hold her, and there's actually a gate. She can't get out, but she just likes going around there smelling a little bit, and then comes back inside after like 5 minutes. So how much trouble would it be if you change your time 30 minutes earlier? Well, I can't do that because I have a day job, and I can't really stream until 5 p.m. my time, so that's when I do them, when I get off work. I can't do it earlier, unfortunately, so I apologize. If this was the only thing I did and I made a living from it, I'd do like, you know, one in the morning, one in the evening or something. You know, I would do them more often at different times, so, but possibly, I don't know. But anyway, I'll see you guys Friday. Check your subscriptions page to see what I'll be doing. It'll show you on there. But anyway, take care of yourself.